Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new here, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while. But hey, do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button, and go next door, ring that notification bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button, and before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're of the 770 plus regulars here, well, welcome back for another round. As you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because as we know, YouTube does love those comments. And of course, as always, share this video out on all social media. My socials, Instagram and X, always down below in the description, along with a link to that fabulous Joker voice merch stuff. Got some cool stuff coming. Trust me, you're going to like it. Okay, so I started this YouTube journey about 4 years ago, giving my thoughts and opinions on TV shows and movies. Now, to all the day oneers that are still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. And talking about movies, recently, in the last few years, movies have been not very good. I'm just going to be honest here. But there have been a few gems within the past couple of years. Now, we close out every show on Wednesday nights over books with a top 5. So it seems only appropriate to close out 2025 with a top 5, some honorable mentions, that I have really enjoyed movie-wise for the past couple years. So without any ado whatsoever, let's start with the top 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now, before we get to the top 5, as I said, there are some honorable mentions. So we're going to start with those first. Now, we're going to start with the year 2022 and a little movie from DreamWorks called Puss N Boots: The Last Wish. This is a fun little story set in the world of Shrek, where the title character, Puss in Boots, finds himself down to his last life and looking mortality straight in the face. Now, there is, however, a magical map to a wishing star that will grant one wish. Now, as you can imagine, there are others who want to find this map and get the star and use the wish for themselves. Now, Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek lead a voice cast, which I can listen to those two read a phone book. They're amazing. In this fun, just a fun adventure, just a fun little story in which what one thinks is the most important thing isn't really as important as what's right in front of them.
That is true.
For second honorable mention, we're also staying with the year 2022, and it is from Searchlight Pictures, a film called The Menu. Two names you'll be hearing again. Nicholas Hoult plays Tyler. He's a foodie fanboy who takes his date, Margot, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, to a very exclusive dinner at an even more exclusive restaurant headed by executive chef Julian Slovic, played by Ray Fiennes. With every course during the meal, it's apparent that something is not right. It's at about the third course where we see this is just some diabolical stuff going on here. And the story is really more of a commentary on status and mass consumerism, which eventually leads to Slovic's ultimate diabolical plan, which is setting his entire restaurant on fire with himself, his staff, and his guests inside in some ceremonial type of sacrifice. And only Margot is the one who's allowed to leave alive. Or does she? Now, these are fun little films. Just wait till we get to the top five.
This is gonna be good.
Now, when it comes to the top five, these are in no particular order. So we're just going to go year to year. So we're actually going to stay in 2022, which actually was a pretty good year for movies, in my opinion. Now, I heard about this film from my friends Chris Gore at Film Threat and my good friend Pops. Now, this film is from Netflix from India. It's right, an Indian film called Rise, Roar, and Revolt, or simply called RRR. This is set in the 1920s, and it is loosely based on actual events and individuals involved in India seeking independence from the British Empire. This is a wonderful story about the testing of the bonds of friendship with all the music, the color, and the pageantry, and yes, of course, dance numbers that you would expect from a film from India. Simply put, this film is
So beautiful.
and we're going to stay in 2022 with our next film. This takes us to 10th century Norway. Now, this is a film that the story actually inspired Shakespeare's Hamlet. This is from Focus Features and Universal Pictures, and it is The Northman. Alexander Skarsgård plays Prince Amleth, the Viking prince on a quest for revenge for the death of his father at the hands of his uncle. Ethan Hawke and Anya Taylor-Joy give absolutely must-see performances in Robert Eggers' telling of a brutal story set in a brutal time with, yes, at times, brutal people.
It's so badass.
Okay, now we're going to jump to a new year. We're going to jump to 2023 as we head to Japan for, as my friend Lily 300 Mirror says, everyone's problematic lizard from the Toho Company. We're talking Godzilla minus one. This is set in post-World War II Japan, and it's not your typical kaiju film because at its core, it's a human story. I mean, it deals with imposter syndrome, family, restoration of honor, and just the horrors and the lasting effects that war can have on people. Now, the movie takes you on an absolutely emotional roller coaster throughout this film, but it allows you to feel what the characters are feeling and gives the scenes time to breathe. Now, I don't care what the Oscars said. Godzilla minus one was absolutely the best film of 2023.
Oh my god. Yes.
Now we're going to jump to 2024 and a new adaptation on an old classic that is definitely not a modern vampire flick. I'm referring to also from Focus Features and Universal Pictures, another Robert Eggers film, Nosferatu. Now, Bill Skarsgård, God, Skarsgårds are everywhere, plays the titular character, Count Orlok, as he torments Thomas Hutter and his new bride, Ellen, played by Nicholas Hoult and Lily Rosedale, in his quest to reclaim his lost love, his obsession. Now, one cannot overlook an absolutely scene-stealing performance from Willem Dafoe. And I really like Robert Eggers' muted color palette. It just gives this film this gritty, almost dirty feeling that would have been appropriate for the time period. Robert Eggers, this is his fourth film. I've seen three of them, and I've enjoyed everything that I've seen from this guy. And for Nosferatu, he absolutely hits it out of the park in what I would call a macabre masterpiece.
That's very impressive.
And that brings us to where we are now, 2025. And I'll be honest, 2025 wasn't a great year because as far as movies go, there wasn't a lot that I was excited to go see. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were a few things that I enjoyed. But as far as that feeling that I got with the films I've mentioned previously in this video, there wasn't much, except one. This is a film from Netflix that got a limited theatrical release for future Oscar considerations, of course. And I'm talking about Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. First and foremost, this film is absolutely visually stunning. This is a beautifully, beautifully made film. And of course, this is inspired by Mary Shelley's Gothic tale of what happens when man tries to play God. We have Oscar Isaac playing the title role of Victor Frankenstein, the narcissistic, borderline insane scientist, convinced that he has found the keys to conquering death. Now, his story through the chain of events takes up the first half of the film. We then get a flip, and we're told almost the same story, same chain of events, but through the eyes of the creature, played by Jacob Elordi. Confused, angry, vengeful, and then sad and forgiving as the creature finally meets his maker at the top of the world on his deathbed. Absolutely the best film I have seen in 2025.
Perfection.
So there you go. My top 5 films of the last few years, with a few thrown in there for good measure. So I hope you enjoyed this little film journey. And have no fear, folks, because next week, next year, we are right back with news, updates, and opinions about the world of professional wrestling. And be sure to tune in next week, right here, 6 p.m., for a brand new year. That's right, me and the guys for 2026. Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you're having a great week. Have a wonderful and safe new year. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. Happy New Year. And until next time.